Here's how to cop from Snkrs scratch drops. Most of these scratch drops are shock drops, so you never know when you might need this information. So it's important for you to watch this video just so that you could be prepared no matter what. In fact, something can drop right this moment. Jordan 1 Chicago Off-Whites might restock in 3, 2, 1. Sneaker scratch is one of Nike's many release procedures. So knowing what to do during these releases is key to copying some of the most coveted sneakers. And if you're a reseller, it could be key to making hundreds of dollars with just a few minutes of work. Step 0. Download the Nike Sneakers app and fill out your sizing, your payment, and your address information in the settings so that you don't have to scramble trying to find your credit card during the actual drop. Because unlike most other Nike release procedures, this is a proper first come first serve. Step 1, find out when the sneakers will drop and whether or not this will be a scratch drop. For most people, following Twitter accounts such as these should be good enough. But if you are a serious reseller or serious sneaker collector that basically goes for tons of sneakers, then joining a cook group like Polar Chefs would be the better option. Because groups would often get their information earlier, they'll have more in-depth instructions on what exactly to do for each release, and you won't get spammed with a bunch of referral links. But for someone casual, Twitter should be more than enough. Step 2 is finding the product page. Once you know when the shock drop is going to happen on the Snkrs app, anywhere between a minute to 30 seconds before the drop, I like to reload the page every 10 to 15 seconds. Because sometimes they do load these things early. Exactly at drop time, I reload the page again, and in most cases, Nike is on time with making this page come up. Now, which image do you actually have to scratch? Sometimes they will outright tell you which image to scratch. Sometimes they won't, and you just gotta figure it out. Trying to scratch each image on the page. Cook groups would often know exactly which image to scratch before the drop happens, and sometimes Twitter pages would also publish this information if it's available to them. On the off chance that nobody knows, it's okay. That just means it's an even playing field for everybody. The third and most frustrating step is scratching the image. Once you find out which image to scratch, you want to rub your finger along your screen horizontally. If you do it vertically, it might think you're trying to scroll up and down, which is not what you're trying to do. You're trying to scratch the image. So I recommend scratching it 2 to 3 times in about 2-second intervals. And between each scratch, it's important to lift your finger up. So it would look something like this. After you scratch 2 to 3 times and nothing happens, reload the page and try it again. And you basically repeat this process until you see the scratch effect happening on the screen. Just to be clear, this part is only to try to trigger the scratching effect, because the moment this page shows up, it is expected to not work right away. The mistake that many people make, including myself, is that they stay on this page trying to scratch it, but nothing ever happens because they don't reload it after the image is scratchable. And that's basically what happened to me during the beginning of this Powerpuff Girl Dunk release. Oh, there you are. Okay. This one? Wait, what? As you can see, I made the mistake of staying on this page, trying to scratch the image for far too long without reloading it when it wasn't even scratchable, losing me precious time. Eventually, I finally caught on to what I actually had to do, but by then it was too late. If nothing happens, refresh, scratch again, and so forth until it actually starts working. So it kind of looks something like this. Okay, new strategy. I'm gonna refresh, scratch, refresh, scratch until this shit starts working. Oh, it's working. In Keith Adams' tutorial, he mentioned that you have to completely restart the app. However, from my recent experience, you didn't have to do this. And in fact, this could negatively impact your checkout speeds. But he isn't completely wrong either. Sometimes the Nike Sneakers app just glitches out and you have no choice but to restart the app. But in my opinion, if you have to restart the entire app just for your scratch to work, you've just got unlucky and you've lost already. So I personally think it's just better to take that risk and reload it for a faster checkout. Once you see that scratch effect, there's typically an object that needs to be revealed via the scratching motion. For instance, in the Off-White Serena Williams drop, it was the zip tie. In the Powerpuff Girl drop, it was the sneaker itself. Try to reveal the image as quickly as you can by rubbing your finger across your device, but remove your finger every 4 to 5 seconds and about 2 to 3 seconds in between. So it probably looks something like this. I know this looks silly as hell, but we are visual learners, and I want to make sure my viewers have the best chances of copying these drops. So these numbers that I'm saying, 4 to 5 seconds and 2 to 3 seconds, they're just estimates. It doesn't have to be the exact number. You don't have to count exactly, right? Just remember to stop scratching periodically, because the next step of the checkout process cannot be triggered while you are scratching. Even if you don't have the full image scratch, remove your finger periodically still, because it's possible that it triggers the next step anyway. Now, once the next step is triggered, you want to keep your eye around the top right hand side, and you want a finger near there as well. And that's because a video will play and you want to skip that video as fast as possible, and the X button will be located on the top right hand side of the video. So if you're ready, you have your eye on it, you're looking for the X button, the moment you see it coming, boom, done, finished. You've skipped the video and you're ready for the next step. Oh, all right, get it now. Step number 4, the last step, is to just check out. Your size should be pre-selected already, your payment should be pre-selected already, and your address should be pre-selected already, because we did that all the way in step 0. The only thing left to do would be face scan or fingerprint, depending on what phone you're using. And if you are fast enough to do all of this, then there's a good chance that you just copped. Come on. Please. It actually went through pretty quick. No way, dude, I got him, bro. But wait. As we know with any limited item, you can do everything right and still not cop. Or you can get unlucky and the app glitches on you. Or maybe your payment method just gets declined. A lot of things can go wrong even if you follow this guide to the T. But since you've watched this video, you're going to be a lot more prepared than people who have no guidance at all. Let me know in the comments what guide you want to see next. Might make more of these. Like and comment if you found this helpful.